Hi, Juan, Marcelina, Sonia, and Adam. Thanks so much for coming in this week to talk with me. How are each of you guys doing? Great, that's so good to hear. Thank you so much for sharing. Well, I know we've been meeting the last couple of weeks. Initially, we got to know one another, and then you have shared, Marcelina and Juan, that you felt that there was a communication breakdown between you and your children, Sonia and Adam. And so, what I want to try to do today is an activity that I think will be beneficial in a couple of ways. It's known as the Culturagram. And so I think it'll be beneficial because one, it gives each of you the opportunity to share a little bit more about yourselves, your cultural values, some of the journey that you've been on through life, as well as values in general that you hold. And I think it'll give each family member perhaps the opportunity to learn something about a family member that they didn't know prior to this. And two, it also helps me as a therapist to better understand your family's journey, your cultural background, and the diversity that you bring. And hopefully, it'll help me to learn more about who you are as a family. So, before we begin, I just want to ask if everyone's willing to participate. Great, thank you so much. I am so glad you're willing to try this new activity with me. So as you can see here, I created what's called a culturagram. It kind of looks like a web, and in the center of it all, I have your family. So I just decided to list everyone according to age, starting with you, Juan, and down to Adam, who is the youngest in your family. So as you can see, there are 10 different categories that kind of spread out from your family. And so what we'll do is I'll ask each of you to come up one by one to go ahead and write your response to each category. And I'll go through it with you one by one and hopefully answer any questions you have along the way. Now, some of these categories may make you feel uneasy, nervous, or you might not want to answer the question. And I just want you to feel that this is a safe space. And please know that that's not my intent to make you feel that way. So, again, with this being a safe space, you don't have to answer that. And if you want, I just ask that you please let me know, and so that I can be respectful of your decision, and that I would ask all of you to also be respectful of your family member's decision if they choose not to answer it. If you want, we can maybe revisit it at a later time, whether it's individually or in a group. And then hopefully at the end of this session, if we have time, we can kind of go through everyone's answers. If not, we'll go ahead and save it for next week. So before we begin, are there any questions? None? Okay, great. Let's get started.